You're what is fucking good? What's fucking good, man? So, Jake Paul is about to fight Tyron Woodley again, right? That's cool. That's cool. We have nothing else to do. We obviously have nothing else to do, right? And apparently he was fighting. Like this nigga was like preparing for a fight. So I'm trying to figure out who the fuck he was preparing for. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Who is he preparing for? But what can you do, man? Okay, look at this. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this is just me with like, but I got anxiety issues. But yeah, but so he's apparently gonna fight Jake Paul again. Uh, this is what bothers me. This is what's bothering me, right? So they going through the whole fucking, they doing the episodes where they talking about how much they're gonna, well, not them. He's talking about how much he's gonna beat Jake Paul's ass, and I'm gonna knock his ass out this time, and this is my moment of redemption. And I'm like, come on, man. We've been through this already. We've seen how it ends, right? And it's like, as I boxed for 8 years, so I know what the fuck I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm talking about. I know exactly what I'm talking about. That's not what's gonna happen. That's not what's gonna happen. So you don't gotta believe me. I don't care. But this is what I'm gonna tell you. Is it raining? Man, it's raining. Um, so I'm gonna run it all down to you. My peeve with it. So he's training again to fight a person he lost to. He said the decision was a sham. He should have won that fight. Honestly, I think that he lost that fight. And you know what I'm saying? People take his side and people who are taking the side, these are people who are boxers and MMA fighters, this, that, and the like. Which it makes sense, you know what I mean? But I'm not going to take his side just because the motherfucker's I know, I've seen T Wood fight. I've seen T Wood fight in his prime, and I've seen T Wood fight when he started falling. I've seen it. And he's a load up puncher. T Wood is a fucking knock. He's a fucking home run. He's a home run puncher. Every time he fights, he's a home run puncher. You know what I mean? And that's technically like that's striking. It's not even boxing. That's striking. You know what I mean? Because like this nigga don't like if you look at his punching. You know what I'm saying? Combos, this and the third. How he sets people up. It's for knockouts. He don't. There's no pepper shots. There's no sniping. There's no sharp shooting. It's just sheer power every single time. He's setting you up for power. And fighters like that get caught a lot because you loading up. We can see that shit from your grandma's house. So you're not about to catch a nigga with that. And apparently you ain't catch. You caught Jake with a couple of them. He didn't even go down. So you can't be sitting here focusing on power. You need to focus on accuracy. Accuracy and defense. Niggas rarely think about that shit when they go to a boxing gym. Niggas rarely care about defense. They always want to knock somebody out because it's spicy. It look good. So it doesn't get worked on. So what happens? They go into these gyms and they think about knocking people out. They hitting the fucking heavy bag all hard and shit. And it's like, yo, check this out, nigga. People move. This heavy bag is sitting here. You loading up on this heavy bag, making all this noise. Nah. No, it's not going to work. It's not going to work like that. It's not going to work like that because this is not how the shit goes. This is not how the shit goes. You can't be, and it looks good. You walk into the UFC gyms, you walk into to a boxing gym, you see a nigga loading up, hitting a heavy bag all hard and shit. You know what I mean? It look good. You could say, oh, he hit hard. Cool. But you got to hit the person. And then in the midst of it, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, 4 rounds, that boy going to get tired. You're going to start getting tired. The power going to be off them punches. And then you have to rely on what? Defense and accuracy. And that's what was lost in the first fight to me. T Wood didn't have no accuracy. He caught him a couple times, but he was working. He's worrying about loading up punch, trying to get the power in there. Fuck the power. Work on your footwork. Work on accuracy. Work on defense. Work on slips. You know what I'm saying? You get that down at his weight class. You get that, man. You be and knock him out no problem because you're constantly catching him in the middle of his punches in the combinations, or you're catching him on a slip. But if you just focusing on just throwing these random ass shots and then fucking hitting them and then bumping it to the shoulder and then coming into the clinch and throwing rabbit punches, nigga, you ain't gonna get nowhere. You're not gonna get nowhere. So it's like you can't do that shit again. And this is the problem. Like they said, Mayweather's helping them. It don't matter, nigga. You don't box like Mayweather. You don't have the brain and the mind of boxing that Mayweather has, because you're an MMA fighter. Sorry. Try to make sure my fucking game don't go to sleep, because I gotta reload the shit. You know what I mean? I'm playing Elder Scrolls, but if you let that shit sit here too long, it'll fucking. I gotta reconnect with North America. But I don't like it, bro. Like I'm just being honest. Like they shouldn't be fighting again. I mean, Fury pulled out. I would have rather have seen that. I want to see him fight up against an actual professional boxer, so he could actually call himself a fucking boxer, because he's not a boxer to me. Jake Paul, neither one of them niggas is boxers, but they know how to box. They got decent training. They got good training. Jake Paul got some snap. His jab is nice. His straight hand is nice. His footwork is cool, but I understand they're the heavyweight, so I don't give a fuck about that much. But great jab. You know what I mean? He used the ring well. T Wood brought the ropes up as like a deal breaker for him being able to knock him out. That's fucking ridiculous. If you can knock the nigga out, you can knock him out. Fuck ropes. Fuck ropes. You'll never hear Mike Tyson bring up ropes. Mayweather isn't even a knockout artist. Mayweather is a tactician. But guess what? Mayweather didn't give a fuck about no ropes. He knocked out Haddon, no ropes. Don't need no ropes. You know what I mean? Like everybody that Mayweather's ever knocked out or caught over and over again. Arturo Gatti, no ropes. Middle of the ring. You either got it or you don't, man. And we got to think about this. When it comes to MMA, you're using them tiny ass, those are motherfucking mitts. Those are mittens. For when you get cold outside. So when you hit a motherfucker with those on, it's going to hurt way more. But you got boxing gloves on now, it takes off. The punch ain't the same. You know what I mean? That's why you got to take your fucking time and be a doctor in there. You can't just be going there throwing these hard ass shots thinking you got so much fucking power. Like you're not Mike Tyson, my nigga. You're not Mike Tyson. Take your time. Pick them apart slowly. Win by points. Make sure you win the shit. You might not knock him out, bro. You might not knock him out. Just win the shit. Easy. And then you do a 3. And then you do a 3. And now it means something. Now we talking. But you worried about knocking this nigga out, man. You ain't gonna knock him out. Don't try to do that. Don't try to do that. We don't want to see that. It ain't gonna happen. Don't think about it happening. This ain't the UFC. Don't think about you doing that. Focus on shots, accuracy. Focus on all of that. Defense, slips. If you learn how to slip, I mean, if you fuck with Mayweather, I'm hoping he taught you how to slip. You can't learn that shit that fast. It takes a little difficult. That defense is crazy. But learn defense, bro. Learn defense. So aside from that, you know what I'm saying? What we got? I think it's gonna be a good fight. For whatever the fuck we got else going on. We don't got nothing else going on. So I think it'll be a good fight. I'll watch it after it goes off. I'll watch it when it goes off on YouTube, like most decent folk. Cause I'm not about to pay to see that, and I don't really care to go out my way to try to find out where to watch this shit. I don't want you to tell me where to watch this shit. I don't give a fuck. I'll wait till after. Watch the highlights. You know what I'm saying? Like a decent human being. Cause it's not a real boxing match. It's a sparring match. But that's how I feel about it, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep training for some shit. You training for a second fight, you gonna fight the fucking same. That's dumb. That's dumb, bro. Don't train to fight the same. Don't fucking do that. You know what I mean? You gonna fight different. Change some shit. You know what I'm saying? You hitting the mitts, you loading up on the mitts. This shit, the mitts to transition into boxing in the ring is completely fucking different. You can't do that. You can't. You need to fight different, man. Fight different. Get on your pivot. You know what I'm saying? Get on your bike. Don't be worried about moving around. The whole point of boxing is to fucking move around. You can't just sit there and be worrying about power and you ain't moving your feet. That's how your ass got. That's how you get caught. You don't want Jake Paul to catch you. Jake Paul catches you, we got a big problem on our hands because you're gonna look real silly out there. Nate Robinson will never hear the end of it. So at the end of the day, if you fight Jake Paul, don't do the same shit you did. It's easy. It's real easy, you know? And then eventually, I guess, I don't see Tyron Woodley winning. So if he loses again, he would have got beat twice by a YouTuber. And Jake Paul will feel even better about himself. And then hopefully he fights a real boxer that's not willing to, like, relinquish his career with a possible, you know, embarrassment of fighting a YouTuber. Because, I mean, Jake Paul he ain't really no slouch. So it's like you can't go in there assuming you're going to just wash his ass, right? But you still should go in there as a pro boxer and be like, I'm about to school this nigga. I'm going to show him what boxing is. Because you ain't been around no boxing. I'm going to show you what boxing really is. So you got to go in there with that ideal. But you still putting your career on the line if you're an actual boxer with a record. Because if this nigga goes a distance with you and makes you look, you know, like you could barely, you know, keep up with him, you fucked. Your career gonna look wild as fuck. Like you couldn't even finish a YouTuber. Anybody a nigga who ain't got no knockouts can still talk shit to you. Like you couldn't even finish a YouTuber, nigga. You had a hard time. Y'all was struggling. He went to the decision. This nigga got no knockouts. He can still talk shit about you because you went up against a YouTuber and he went a distance. So it's risky to do that as a professional boxer. I think Mike Rashid should do it. I don't know I know a lot of people don't know who Mike Rashid is, but I think Mike Rashid should hop in there and go against Jake. I would love to see that. Because Mike Rashid is a boxer. He been boxing for a minute. You know what I'm saying? We whoever follow Mike Rashid know. But he big as hell though. Mike Rashid a big dude. But I feel like Mike Rashid has that boxer state of mind. I feel like he could do it. If it ever comes down to it, I think Mike could do it. Shouts to Mike, man. Shouts to my nigga Mike. But he could do it, man. I think Mike can knock him out. You know what I'm saying? But until then, you know what I mean? Also, Black Eggs and Ham podcast, check it out, of course. You know what I mean? I got this fucking Facebook put me on this professional creator shit. So now they really watching my what I post. So I gotta fucking be careful now so I don't get blocked again. I don't wanna end up like Boozy. You know? But yeah, man. Stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? Again, Black Eggs and Ham show, always ending your birthday and directly sending you through Christmas. Happy holidays to the folks, to the peoples, unless if I don't do another one between now and then. And let's see if I'm right. I think I am.